Hi everybody, welcome to SPK English Academy. I am Sarina Visappa. I will discuss modern novel part 1. So this is the first video I am making on modern novel. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you have to subscribe now. So I have already prepared 70 videos relating to English literature, and also I am doing all the videos on that whole English literature. So today we will discuss modern novelists and the characteristics of the modern novel. Mainly the great novelists of the modern age are Henry James, George Moray, George Gissing, Samuel Butler, and Rudyard Kipling. Now we'll discuss these novelists one by one. So first we have to look at the characteristics of the modern novel. See, the first is that while poetry has sadly declined in the present century and drama has only painfully recovered some of its old prestige, the novel forged ahead and continues to occupy the position it acquired in the Victorian age as the most popular form of literature. The novelist had developed some new eccentric techniques that he enjoys greater freedom of expression in the treatment of sex. He delves deeper into the hidden corners of the mind and he employs these resources to reflect an outlook of the crisis of impending doom and despair. Apart from the demoralizing effect of a highly technological age, urban congestion, unemployment, pollution of water and atmosphere, menace of noise have made man's life a nightmare. The picture is hideous and distressing. So these are some characteristics of that modern novel. Now we have to look at the main important novelist of modern age is Henry James. Henry James was born in 1843 at New York, United States. Originally, he is from America. He was an American author, became a British subject in the last year of his life. He is regarded as a key figure between literary realism and literary modernism and considered by many to be among the greatest novelists in the English language. He is best known for a number of novels dealing with the social and material interplay between the English people and the continental Europeans. Though an American, occupies a distinct place in the history of English novel. He was a prolific writer who has left behind him a number of novels, short stories, essays, articles, and critical tracts. He developed the theory of the novel in his famous critical work, The Art of Fiction, which was published in 1884. See, art of fiction is very important work on the point of critical work. So, in this art of fiction that Henry James said about how to write a fiction. So that is the important theme of the art of fiction. James was an inventor in two respects: minute psychological exploration of character and exquisite craftsmanship in prose style and form. So now we have to look at the works of Henry James. See, Roderick and Hudson, The Portrait of a Lady, it was published in 1881. So, Portrait of Lady is one of the more masterpieces. Remember this, and also you need to read this novel in detail. And another one important, that is the Bostonians, which was published in 1884. The Aspen Papers, the Terminations, the Spoils of Python, What Miss Say Knew, the Two Magics, the Wings of the Dove. So these are, and also another one novel, that is The Ambassadors, which was published in 1904. His masterpiece. It is also one of his masterpieces. You have to read this novel Ambassador in detail. So see, the Portrait of the Lady, the Bostonians, and the Ambassador. These are very important novels written by Henry James in the modern age. And the last one, that is Golden Bowl. It's also very important. Remember this. So some of autobiographical interests are there by Henry James. A small boy and others, notes of a son and brother, the middle years. So now we have to look at George Moray and their minor novelist of the modern age. He was a realist. His aim was to paint the life realistically. Walter Allen says that he looked over the naturalistic novel from France and tried to popularize it in English. The main important work of that George Moray was that he took over the naturalistic novel from France and he tried to popularize that genre in English. He was an Irishman. See, he was also an Irishman who all in his life came under the influence of Zola, Emily Zola, and Flaubert. See, Emily Zola and Flaubert, these were the great novelists of France, from whom he learned the subtle art of presenting the reality of things in an impartial and impersonal manner. So now we have to look at the works of George Moray. The first work is that A Modern Lover, A Mummer's Wife, Spring Days, Esther Waters, Confessions of a Young Man, Memoirs of My Dead Life, Hail and Fable, or works of George Moray. Now we have to look at another minor novelist of the modern age, that is George Gissing. See, George Gissing was a realistic interested in the study of poor people and their mean and squalid existence. He simply focused the attention of the social reformers on the miseries of the underdog and the socially alienated. The works of George Gissing are, see, The Netherworld, The Grub Street, House of Cobwebs, The Private Papers of Henry Rycroft, published in 1903. It is mostly autobiographical in character and presents realistic studies of the squalid and savage people whom he had presently known. The Old Woman, In the Year of the Jubilee, The Town Traveler, The Whirlpool, Vernilda. See, Vernilda is an unfinished novel by George Gissing. Wild Warbird, 1905. It is published posthumously novel. So, Wild Warbird, which was published in 1905, it was published after the death of the author George Gissing. Now to look at Samuel Butler. See, Samuel Butler was one of the most original and brilliant thinkers of the 19th century. Hudibras is an English mock heroic narrative poem from the 17th century which was greatly influenced by Rabelais and particularly Cervantes' Don Quixote. This question was asked. See, Samuel Butler's Hudibras is greatly influenced by Cervantes' Don Quixote. Works of Samuel Butler, Hudibras and Erewhon. It is sequel to Erewhon Revisited, The Way of All Flesh. See, now to look at another one, Indian origin modern novelist, that is Rudyard Kipling. See, Joseph Rudyard Kipling was an English journalist, short story writer, poet, and novelist. He was born on 30th December 1864 in Bombay. See, this question is asked in the previous question paper. Who was born in India? Yes, see, Rudyard Kipling was born in India in Bombay Presidency of British India, which inspired much of his work. See, he was both a realistic and a romancer. Kipling was an imperialistic, and his tale are so many glorifications of the British rule and British Empire. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1907. See, Rudyard Kipling was also the Nobel laureate in literature. See, Rudyard Kipling was the first poet or the author who got Nobel Prize for Literature in English language. He got Nobel Prize for Literature in 1907. He was the first who was awarded Nobel Prize in English Literature. Works of Rudyard Kipling or C. Kim. It was published in 1901. It's a novel. It is most important work and novel of Rudyard Kipling. See, most that Rudyard Kipling is famous for short stories. So that is Plain Tales from the Hills, Subletaries, Many Inventions, The Day Work, The Two Jungle Book. See, this Jungle Book was made a serial on the TVs. So this Jungle Book, Rudyard Kipling is very popular. Captain Courageous, Stock and Company, Puck Hill, or great works of that Rudyard Kipling. So these are the important now modern novelist of English novel. So remaining many important modern novelists are there in English literature. I am going to discuss about them in the next coming video. Keep watching my video, subscribe, encourage. Please like the videos and share these videos to your friends as possible as. Thank you for watching my videos.